What's up, world? I thought long and long and long and hard about this video because when when I was watching this movie that I mentioned in the previous video, and I kind of talked about in the previous video just a tiny bit, but look, not everyone's perfect. Not everyone's, perfect human being. We all have our flaws. We all have our insecurities. We all have our, there's something we think there's something like not perfect about us in every single aspect if you look at it. It could be that we're like super tall or that we're, super short. And I don't like to use those words. Or it could be that we're super big because we, put a few pounds on. Or because we're super skinny. Or because we're not smart. Or because we're not, or because we're really smart. There are so many aspects to, because we're not funny. Or because we're super funny. Or, I'm just trying to give you examples of like things that I would look for in a woman. And look, I'm not saying I would. Look, in the past, I gave you a description of my or of an ideal woman that I would love to date or marry and have family with, and that wasn't realistic. Describing a YouTuber or a celebrity or a musician or something along those lines, that's not realistic. Sure, maybe it is for someone, but for me, and for, a lot of other people, a lot of other humans on this planet, that's not realistic. That's not who we try to inspire to be. We try to do the best we can with what we got. And what we learned in the process of, going on dates. Now, let me make this perfectly clear. I've never been on an official date. I've taken a girl out to, or not a girl, a woman out to, and paid for her dinner, but I didn't eat. And I took her out to do miniature golf and stuff like that. But those weren't considered dates. At least not to her, and it may not have been considered dates to me. And I keep visualizing, this perfect scenario that doesn't exist. Where I keep thinking of the women in my past that had a huge impact on me in high school and in junior college and so on and so forth. Leading back to, junior high and elementary school and such. But that wasn't realistic, and I kept thinking about this. Why do I keep living in the past? Why do I keep thinking about these women that had such an impact on me in those days? And why do they keep coming back to the surface of my brain, or the forefront of my brain, or any part of my brain? And then I realized something. As I was, watching this tall girl film, not everyone's gonna, want to be with, the super big girl, or the super skinny girl, or the super tall girl, or the super short girl, or the cheerleader, or the dance girl. And that's not what we should visualize everything as. We shouldn't visualize someone as the very pretty girl or the very ugly girl. We should not use those words. Those words are so indicative of society right now, and they always have been. And we need to change that persona. We need to change what we want and do it the way we want to do it. Look, I know I'm not the tallest. I know I'm not the most attractive. I know I'm not the funniest person. I know I'm not the smartest person. I know I'm not the, the fittest person. Or, someone who has huge muscles. Or something like that. Or, the biggest legs. Or calves. Or quads, or whatever you want to classify it as. I don't have a six-pack. And I know I said recently that I wanted to lose weight. I still do. I want to lose a little bit of weight. And it's not because society is telling me to lose weight. It's not about, it's not about the women telling me to lose the weight. I want to lose the weight for myself. And I keep putting pounds on and, eating too much food and just being, not who I want to be. And if I can't be who I want to be for myself, how is that going to transpire or, be transparent towards what a woman thinks of me that would want to potentially date me? I'm not saying she's gonna date me, but potentially date me. It's not, it just doesn't feel right to me that I have this 180-pound body that's, I'm not saying, being 180 pounds is wrong, or being 200 pounds is wrong, or 250 or anything like that, or have someone being like, 150 pounds, or 100 pounds, or 125 pounds, or someone who's like, 6 feet tall, or, 4 feet tall. It shouldn't matter, the height of someone, the weight of someone, the eye color, the hair color, the nose, the lips, the ears, the boobs, the vagina or anything like that. It should matter who we want to be in this life. And whether it's, for me, it's always been women. And it always will be women that I would want to date. She could be, like super taller than me. She could be a little bit shorter than me. It's not fair to, judge someone because of their height, or judge someone because of their, their weight, or judge someone because of how big their boobs are, or how small their boobs are, or, what color hair they have, what color eyes they have, whether they have a deviated septum, whether they're, mentally disabled, or that shouldn't matter to anyone. It doesn't matter to me. I could, date someone that's, 7 feet tall, a woman that's 7 feet tall, or a woman that's, 5 feet tall, or 4 feet tall, or someone who weighs way more than me, or someone who weighs less than me. That's what I'm trying to get at here, is that it shouldn't matter, who she is. If she's smart, let her be smart. If she's tall, let her be tall. If she's shorter than me, let her be shorter than me. If she's, skinnier than me, so be it. If she has different hair color than me, fine. If she has a different nose shape than mine, fine. If she has different lip, plumpness to it, fine. If she has, bushy eyebrows, fine. If she has a bush downstairs, fine. I'm not judging anyone. I'm not trying to say that, and no one should judge anyone on this planet. That's what's wrong with us, is that we constantly judge someone for the way they look, and not the heart that they have, or the brain that they use. Because those two things are what makes this world better, and should make this world better, is that we have the kindness, the admiration, the love in our hearts, and the, brain power to realize that this isn't about, height or weight or hair color or eyes or nose or ears or how tall she is, how short she is, how, big she is, or how small she is. Those things should not matter to anyone. And it took me like 30 years to 15 years plus to figure that out. And I don't know why it took me so damn long to figure that out. But I just thought I'd make this video because it's so important to, visualize what we want. And not be, over judgmental of someone who's, who wants to be with me or with any person on this planet. I could be, super tall and, be super skinny and have muscles and have all these things. But I don't. I mean, I am 5'9.5" to be somewhere between 5'9" and 5'10", but that doesn't mean I'm like super tall. There are people that are way taller than me, and there are people that are way shorter than me. It's just a constant reminder of every single day that we live on this planet that we judge people for the way they look, and not judge them for how smart they are, or how funny they are, or how much of a kind heart they have. That's what you should be looking for. And that's what I'm looking for in a woman. Not how big her boobs are, or how hairy her legs are, or how hairy her armpits are, or if they shave or not. That doesn't matter to me. What matters is that she's out there waiting for me to come into her life. Whether she's super tall, whether she's shorter than me, whether she's, has a few more extra poundage on her, around the stomach area, or if she's super skinny. That doesn't matter to me. If she's got hair, none of that matters to me. It matters that she's a human being. She has a good heart. And yes, I'm describing a woman here. I'm not describing a man. I'm describing a woman, because I want to have a girlfriend someday. I want to and make her my wife. Not make her. Propose to her and see if she says yes. If she says no, that's fine. I'll just move on to the next woman until I find that right girl for me, that right woman for me. And she's got to see the same thing in me. We shouldn't judge people based on how they look, is basically what this entire video is about. So, with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. And I know I said in the first video that I would see you tomorrow, but I wanted to make this video because this video needed to be made. You all know the drill, and I will see you tomorrow at the brand spanking new vlog. Bye-bye.